Hey everyone. For those of you who know me, I have loved painterly styles since a long time ago, probably 2011, 10, somewhere in there where I realized I could adjust my images to make them look more painterly. In the past, that may have involved textures. Back in 2009, 10, in that era, I used textures a lot. I still do. I love the app Mextures, which is a great one for the iPad or the iPhone to add textures that seem very vintage. It's really a fun app. But in Photoshop, there is the functionality to make generative AI produce painterly styles that can be layered back with your original photo. The thing that you have to keep in mind with this though, and I do hope that Adobe fixes this, you have to use an older version of Photoshop Beta. And you can go in and find out what version you have by going into About Photoshop and seeing which release you have. I have 25.8, and I believe if you go to 25.9, it doesn't work. So hopefully they will bring this functionality forward and put that into the newer versions. But as we sit right now, you have to revert back, which is unfortunate. But I just wanted to mention that because I love this idea so much and it's just a lot of fun. So I just wanted to make that clear. So let's get started. It's pretty easy to do. You just have to know how to make a selection in your picture. What I'm looking to do is take this picture of snowdrops and add a layer that is painterly on top, and then I want to mask back the picture. I don't want it to be completely regenerated with Photoshop AI. I want it to be my photo yet. I want the metadata to still say my photo. I don't want it to be just something new. So let's get started. The first thing that I want to do is use Quick Mask. And you can find the Quick Mask icon down below the color picker. It looks like a rectangle with a dotted circle in the middle. And I am just going to click on that. That activates it. Now we want to fill this picture with about 50% gray. And what I'm going to do that is go over to my color picker, to the main color swatch. And I'm going to just choose a gray color. Know that if you go to the far left of the image, you're going to get gray, whether you're up here or whether you're down at the bottom. It's various shades of gray from white to black. And I'm looking to maybe go in the 30%-ish gray. It doesn't have to be specific. I'm just kind of picking in the mid to lower area of the gray zone. And I'm going to hit OK. And then I'm going to go up to Edit, Fill, and then hit foreground color because we just chose a gray color for our foreground color and hit OK. And that fills the image with a selection. You cannot do a regular select. You have to go in and do this in order to have it apply to the entire picture. Then I'm going to go back over to my Quick Mask and deselect it. It's still selected. It's just prepared for the next step. And then I'm going to go down to the Generative Fill. And here's where we're going to put in what kind of painting we want. And you can start with something really general. I like to say vintage, that's vintage, oil painting, muted earth tones, maybe just muted tones. Yeah, let's see, gentle strokes. We'll see what that does. And a lot of times, you have to kind of get to know the AI as to whether it listens to you or not. I'm used to using Midjourney, and Midjourney is pretty good at being very specific to what you type in. Like if I say gentle, soft, swooping strokes, it understands that. With this, not so much. And you're going to get a couple variations here, and you can scroll through them to see which ones work. Some of them follow the original photo very closely, some of them don't. So that's what we're going to look for here. So I like this third one as an option, and so I'm going to bring the opacity down on this layer, and it follows the photo pretty closely. So this is off and this is on, and I love this so much. It brings out a more artistic vibe, if you will, and it's 49%, so it still maintains some of my photo here, but it just gives that painterly effect that feels really cool. So I'm going to save a version of this, and to do that I just do File, Save a Copy, and I'm just going to save a copy into my folder. And because I used my high resolution file as the base, it's going to maintain the resolution of the original file versus many AIs, which will make very reduced quality images, and then you have to upscale them. So that is a simple way to add some painterly flair to your photos. Again, I hope Photoshop brings this forward to the next incarnation as an update. That would be awesome. I think this is a really cool tool. I'm not so enamored with using the AI to make completely different files. I feel more comfortable having it take my original photo and just add some painterly flair to it. And I like the fact that every generation is going to be completely different. So you're not using the same texture over and over again or the same light overlay over and over again. It gives me a lot of latitude for making unique images that can't be reproduced just randomly. All right, thanks everybody. Have a great day.